So because I messed up a recording that I was supposed to release today, I'm just hurry upping and making a recording for myself. Recording. So yeah, I'm just, if nothing else, this will help either boost or lower my win rate on Harbinger, which I am curious of. I never really sat down and play Harbinger too much because, well, I'm just so addicted to trying to make challenges and doing things that I probably really shouldn't be doing considering my actual win rate on Harbinger. So, dexterity, light, second encounter, charisma, knowledge, in ascending order. They know. Oh yeah, we're on cult. I didn't even check what we're. I didn't even check my settings. Let me see. Water bottle. Blah. I have cauterize. I have this fun because I think I just started hating out of funds now. Especially since I might want to tree for a weapon immediately. Depends. Sailors, footage, ramen, hell, coma. I am on timeline B because I can wear the Kyrie's ghost costume. The Kyrie's ghost costume. Coma, sailors. That said, if I have the light check, well, I'm not gonna even. I'm gonna get the torch regardless, but I'm just checking to see how many boss encounters I have. Well, ones that I know I'm going to take. That's, yeah, we'll take Coma first then. We'll take Coma first, and we'll immediately pop in here for selling the painkillers while going to the tree and grabbing only one curse. Let's hope it's not too bad. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. Penstas! Why? Gosh dang it. Well, and we're going to, well, yeah, you know what? We'll just go. We'll roll with the small candle and just take the one funds with the other thing while I do this in the back. Oh, please. Because I forgot that was a thing. Yeah, and we'll see. Dust of, yeah, we'll get the Dust of Seeing. Why not? Even though we have the... Do I want to grab allies too? No, we'll just take the reason loss. So, I might as well talk about something else that was not... I'm not going to repeat what I said in the recording I did. Let me get funds. No? Cool. Rolling that 12? Alright, nice job. But, oh, and we're on Yogathak too. Nice. But, yeah, so, if I'm not going to repeat anything I said in the recording, again, I was thinking about saying it, but I guess I'll say it here, because, well, there's no other... I'm not going to be saying it in any other capacity. I've talked about it before, but basically bracing. Again, I think I've bounced back and forth with people about this, but in my mind, the overarching argument is that if you believe in your RNG, and RNG for the most part is on your side, then yeah, for the most part, you can do 2 prep attack, especially if you're using, like, even crowbar, but crowbar's a little pushing it. I would say more for, what would I consider? So, like, a gamble like, this, I would consider, I should be able to do another, no, actually that's 8, so I'm locked out. But, again, this kind of gamble is still a gamble to me. Everyone else would take it. Again, prep attack is usually the, safer one, but if you need time, most of the time on Harbinger, especially if you're taking a slower weapon, you end up doing 2 light attacks with like 70-80 chance, or 80-90, or even 90-90. Well, what do I want here? Let's take the experience. So, but for that, I don't know, I consider myself ultimately in the small subset, because it is pretty small. If you really look at the math, aside from me rolling 11s and 12s all the time, but if you really look at the math, it's probably like a less than 1% chance that whenever you try to take gambles and you try to survive with RNG hits, yeah, we're gonna just take the 3 reason loss, you're gonna get out okay. It is in your it is to your benefit to go for 80-90s or 95-95 attacks and then get out in 2 turns, because that is what you can do. It's just I consider myself the unlucky type, and if that is the... Because since it's a non-zero chance of there being people who, you know, try to take 90-90 gambles, which like 81%, and they keep trying, there is going to be more than 5 people who go for it all the time on Harbinger when they play World of Horror, and it just goes badly every single time. So I consider myself in that category. But everyone else, if I were to give advice, yeah, it is, again, to your benefit to go for those gambles, because the math is on your side. But just know that there will be times you miss. And I've seen more than a handful of players, either streaming or otherwise, that have taken those risks, even though, they have a 95% chance of getting that attack they need, and then they miss, and then they just, end up dying. This, however, yeah, I'm gonna run here. So that's the thing that's why I'm so adamant on bracing myself, because bracing, there's no RNG involved. Of course, there is a downside. The main downside, aside from lower damage output and not being able to get a higher potential damage output, is if you brace but you're too slow and you can't even guarantee an attack, then it kind of gets a little, and that returns back to the argument of. Because in cases where you can brace, but you, say, only have an 80% chance to do a light attack, whereas opposed to if you didn't brace, you get a guaranteed light attack and then another 80% light attack, let's just say, then, yeah, that it might be to your benefit, because if you keep missing your brace attack, if it's not 100% accuracy, then, well, yeah, that's not great. That's not. It's even worse. So there is still RNG on that front. We're gonna build knowledge, just because I'm curious. I do need to discard 2 items. I didn't do my. Did I just go into the next mystery right away? Well, do I want to gamble on Kendo helmet? No, I do not. So I'm just gonna throw the Kendo helmet away, and then the dust of seeing I'm gonna throw away for the torch. But yeah, that's to go more in depth into brace. Would I advise it? Sure, but I would also add the little asterisk of, yeah, there are times when you brace and you can't guarantee an attack, so therefore, if you want, objectively, I would say it's more balanced to go light attack, non-guaranteed light attack, than brace into non-guaranteed light attack. So there, I understand. But yeah, but again, things like this, I wouldn't normally advise it, but I understand why people would do something like this. Math is in your favor, but when you miss enough where you get hit, then it can get really bad. It's not. I always exaggerate by saying I lose the run, but it is still bad. You do not want to take damage on Harbinger if you can help it. If you know what you're doing, you can mitigate that loss. So you can take 1, maybe even 2, well, likely 2 bad rolls, but. Yeah, when you get hit by -4 all damage because you think you're going to get that 95%, yeah. I think part of that is that since I play, we'll just say since I play what do I want to do here? Let's go to the forest. Since I play, gotchas a lot, yeah, getting 100% is really, really I really, really want to do 100% on everything. If RNG is involved in any fashion, maybe 5%, but that's the most I would push it. Anything less than that, if I have to do a 90-90, I'm not going to take that, which is ultimately 81%. If I have to do 80-80, even less so, because that's 64%. You get what I mean by I say that. Also, nice 12 roll, +1. So, it's having to roll on these things is not something I normally choose to do, and you see it every time I do it. Does that cause me to lose a lot of the time? Sure, I would believe that, but the alternative is not taking the safe route and then just dying anyway. So again, here I could RNG optimize by attacking more than once, but I choose to do this instead and just take the -2 all. And then if I were to gamble, I would gamble on something like this, maybe, but I'm pretty sure there's another guaranteed way. Or if I were to just do that. I can't even do this, can I? Yeah, because that's already 8. So, 90, 70, or, can I light attack instead? No. Again, so playing around with things like that, but you know what? Let's just do it. I'm gonna cauterize early because I had cursed signs. I got cursed signs, so that cauterize cost me more. But I didn't know I was gonna get cauterized, and then that happened. So well, I mean, I'm not going to complain. Cauterize is a very good spell, but RNG likes to not play. I believe, for me personally, I believe in my own gambler's fallacy, where there oftentimes I will get a lot of bad luck, and then I get the one good luck when I decide to roll on RNG because I just decide, things are gonna happen. So again, yeah, I just got 3 cauterizes, so there's my gambler's fallacy going into effect. But meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I have 7 dexterity, I'm gonna run away? No, I'm gonna get an injury because that's what's gonna happen. Oh my goodness. So, oh man. Yeah, everything else I'm gonna fail everything else, but I'll get 3 cauterized spells, don't you worry. Don't you worry at all. Also, we're on Cult, so that is still also good RNG. Yeah, I could run into a Cultist Hunter, but for the most part, Cultist Hunters are not too threatening. So, what do I want? I haven't run to the Morocco event, and I can't remember what mysteries I had. That's another bad part of me. I will admit I'm not the greatest. If it's a skill of remembering things, I'm not great at that. Or do I want to build strength for the brace? This will lower my time action more than the small candle. So you know what? Actually, no, I have a dexterity check, so I'm gonna take dexterity instead. I'm gonna take I'm gonna go ahead and take Eldritch damage instead. Ghost, I don't really assume that I'm going to run into ghost encounters, and I'm pretty sure I haven't been filling my empty bottle. So again, things like that that I forget to do, I will take the I will take the fall for that. Let's go into this mansion, by the way. Forest or gosh dang it. Well, I guess we're going to Seaside, and if we run into Burning Man, cool. If we don't, then I still have the chance to run. I'm only on 56% doom. Hey, let's see if I get this right. No, the game doesn't want to give me a ritual dagger. All right, cool story, man. Cool story. I swear, everyone else I've seen roll that event, like, online, has rolled that event in their favor. Me, I don't get to do that. Also, Time Warper, thankfully, a 10 power encounter, so usually you're 100%ing this guy. Yeah, and I think that's the best I want to do, because I do 15 damage here. Or I could, well, for 1 damage... Yes, actually, this is still more. This is still more, theoretically. Yeah, it is. So things like this, everyone else just throws all their attacks at Time Warper. I think there's a math reason behind that, but I'm not remembering at the moment. But I'm still going to do this, so... So that way I only trade -2 all damage. But if you were lower, you could desperate action your way out of that. Again, Desperate Action allows you to not brace as much to get more reliable 2-turn kills, because double damage is really, really valuable. Even more so if you have a weapon that has increased damage regardless, but... I have 2 cauterizes for 4 stamina, or I can forget them for... Well, here we go. Cultist Hunter A. Cultist Hunters are actually not difficult, all things considered, but... when bad things happen, bad things happen. Do I want to gamble on this at all? Or do I just want to try to take the... Do I just want to do this and, well, gamble here as well? 81%. Again, if I miss 2 of these attacks while I'm bracing, I consider it a loss for me, but... Again, yeah, here, RNG would still be on your side, but I've done more than enough playthroughs to see myself basically get an extra turn of damage when I really shouldn't have, but that's the nature of RNG. And I guess this run is more me kind of testing out my limits. So, let me check, actually. Yes, that's 1 Doom for 2 stamina, which is pretty good, all things considered. The question is if I'm going to die to Reason, which means I may or may not want to, yeah, rest less effective. I could sell a bunch of stuff and go to the pharmacy, but I'm going to gamble here. I'm going to gamble on my good RNG, right? I mean, it's also unbranded, which is not great. Luck rolls in my favor that time, but we'll see if I survive. Ultimately, again, you are at the mercy of RNG. And Yasugi-san when he procs, because you have 4 Reason or below, but... Yeah, this doesn't feel like 25% chance proc rate, but, you know... Search the room for something free. That would have been nice. That way I wouldn't have needed to take the 8 dexterity. Oh, I'll just take that 4% doom. Thank you. This might be a monument visit. I'm pretty sure that might be a monument visit. 79%. Or do I want to risk it? Well, we're going to level up first. That's not going to do anything for me. None of these are going to do anything for me. I think I'm maybe I'm on Curie perks, am I? It rolled character specific perks only. I'm going to roll strength so I can brace more, theoretically. Because now enemies will be doing an extra amount of damage. I did not refill my bottle. Well, that sucks. I really shouldn't be doing that. Well, yeah. Yeah. Let's hold on to things just in case I run to the apartment stalker. Otherwise, yeah. And then here, I'm going to trade stamina for funds, if out of funds procs. So again, I have this in mind. Obviously, if you're a newer player or less experienced, you don't know these things, so I can't expect you to make the most of what the game has to offer. I'm more the type to say things like, let me roll on this, okay. I'm more the type to say that game knowledge is not something that you should be expected to have. If I were to, again, especially for guide videos, I have said it before, but that's because that's just the fact. You do have to say that with game knowledge, things get better. Oh, nice nat 12 roll, by the way. But that's why even then, I still try to think of ways to help people without, quote-unquote, needing game knowledge. Actually, that's right. I don't need to say quote-unquote. That's true. If we have Takashi-san, I don't care. Yes, our Doom is looking pretty bad, and Takashi-san might obliterate us, but which he shouldn't. He's one of the easier encounters, so he's not really if he is a check on anything, he's a check on your ability to do damage in battle, but even on Harbinger, he's not really threatening. No, I don't even have him. I don't actually remember my second encounter, so this is going to be fun. I think I still survive, though, so let's just start climbing. But yeah, this is kind of more my power. Again, since I mostly do challenges, I only make it harder on myself, so yeah. We'll just take that and try to heal our reason so that we look prettier at the end, even though we're branded and cursed signs. But Dream Eater, really? It shows you that? I don't actually remember. Yeah, I don't remember. Am I dead here? I think I survived because nope, I think I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead here. Well, I guess I shouldn't have used that cauterize. All things considered, oof, I died right at the end. But again, you can see where I made the mistakes. That's more on me than me being able to survive. So I won't make excuses. But without further ado, if you liked what you saw, for whatever reason, then if you want to help me long-term, subscribe. Otherwise, you can like and comment. If you comment, I'll try to respond when I can. Otherwise, well, I also have a Patreon, but that's the only plug I'll do. Thank you for watching JRDanMML. I'll be back, and hopefully the update will come.